Wally George.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Seat is now in session. We are now in our 11th year, seen all across America on the Channel America television network. We are reaching into some 135 million homes, and we are seen internationally, guys, via satellite on Channel America. You people in this vast audience are being seen worldwide. Some of you may be stars tomorrow. Okay, now we are broadcasting, of course, from the beautiful Wally Stadium in Anaheim, California. And we have a full house, 39,000 people here tonight. And I can tell this is going to be a fantastic audience. Let me tell you, folks, wherever you are across this great nation, I'm now in my 11th year, and I'm going to be here for at least 21 more years. And why am I here? Because I'm that one voice in the wilderness standing up for what is right for God and country. I am the one. Oh, hold that Howard Stern sign up. Hey, get a sign of that. Howard Stern. Hey, I love that sign. Howard Stern is the Antichrist. Yeah. Hey, Howard, I hope you saw that, baby. Eat your heart out. Okay. And Howard, if you're watching, the hot seat is still waiting for you, baby. Okay. Hey, Howard, you see, he's mad that his show got canceled. He says he quit. Baloney. They pulled the plug. You see, Howard, I got great news for you. If you come on my hot seat show, you may be discovered like Dia and get another break on television. Okay. Baba Booey. Oh, come on. Where did that come from, Baba Booey? Okay. Now, hold it. On the show tonight, we have a guy who's been on many times. He's one of our regular liberal lunatics, Jeff Tolcher, on the show. Now that the Republican and the Democratic conventions have long passed, we are going to take a good hard look, and we are going to be debating the candidates. And Jeff, you might know, is supporting Slick Willie and Al Gore. And I am supporting our great war hero, President George Bush. Very good. Very good. Now, also on the program tonight, hold on, guys. Also on the program tonight, some of you may have seen her on the show last Saturday night. She's a model, and her name is Dia. Now, Dia was on the show last week, and I can't even remember why she was on. It completely escapes me, but shows you what a lasting impression she had on me. But, I mean, bimbos don't make much of an impression on Mr. America. But anyway, Dia was on the show for some reason, and she called me all excitedly the other day saying, Wally, guess what? A very important person saw me on your show, and I got a big break in show business, and so she's going to come on the show tonight to tell us about her big break in show business. Oh. So we'll see what happened to Dia. Okay, now before I do my outstanding commentary of the night, it is time to introduce the world-famous Wally crew. First of all, my director, the one, the only, the multi-talented Jeff Bingham, everybody. Let's have a hand for Jeff. My producer is my beautiful and talented wife, Janice George. There's Janice. All right. On the floor, our floor director, Brian Lockery. There's Brian, waving. And we have Patrick Taylor on the Wally cam. Who hit you in the eye, Patrick? Probably Howard Stern. What do you bet? Okay. Now everybody settle down here in the audience, and wherever you are at home, everybody please be quiet, pay attention, because Wally is about to speak. Okay. It's commentary time. Okay. Whoops, sorry, Mike. Okay, here we go. Before we get into our official debate on this program, on the presidential campaign, let me give you the answer to a popular question of the day. Is Hillary Clinton fair game in the campaign? Is it fair to be attacking Hillary? The answer is, you bet your life it is. But let me point this out. It is not attacking Hillary that we Republicans are doing. We are merely pointing out the truth about that feminist. And remember, it was Slick Willie himself who said not long ago, vote for me, and you get both of us for the same vote. And we don't want Hillary to be co-president, do we? It is well known that Hillary is a strident, liberal feminist. And, you know, you should have seen, I wonder how many of you have seen pictures of Hillary before she had the big makeover. I mean, talk about bow wows. I mean, really, Hillary is now, of course, looking very sweet and feminine and blonde. And believe me, she has a big effect on Slick Willie. He listens to every word of her sick liberal advice. And remember this, guys. It was Hillary Clinton who compared marriage to slavery for women. Oh. That's what she said. It was Hillary Clinton who mocked women who choose to stay home and be good wives and mothers. It's Clinton and Clinton running for president, so Hillary is indeed fair game in this election campaign. I think, frankly, she's more dangerous than her husband. So Hillary, watch out. We're on your tail. I'll be right back.
When it comes to alarms, security, and investigations,
32 people were killed in Orange County in 1991 in gang violence. This year, the number's expected to be higher. Early warning signs of a child's involvement in gangs include graffiti on school books or in the bedroom, youth hanging out in groups, and an increase in gang-related crimes such as vandalism, assaults, and robberies. The best way to keep your kids away from gangs is to spend time with them.
For more information, contact your local police department or a youth program available in your community. Cop Talk is sponsored by the Westminster Police Department and 56 KDOC.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Hot Seat. I'm Wally George, and this is the one show that tells it the way it really is. Hey, we got a special lady in the audience. A friend of mine, her name's Anita And this is her birthday. Give her a nice hand. Stand up, Anita. Yeah, there she is. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Anita. It's good to see you. Okay. 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 All right, now, okay, hold. Let me remind you, you people that we're on every day, Monday through Friday at this time. And Monday through Friday, we're seen twice a day on the Channel America Network. Saturday nights, 11 until 12 midnight, right here in Southern California, and at various times across America, and internationally via satellite, Channel America. Now, let me remind you that, hold it, guys. Let me remind you, you people here in the Southern California area only, starting Monday, September 21st, our Monday through Friday show moves up 1 hour. We'll be on from 4:30 until 5, rather than 3:30 to 4. So circle your calendar starting Monday, September 21st, just here in Southern California. We'll be moving up Monday through Friday for Hot Seat Highlights, 4:30, okay? And we'll remain at your regular time on other stations across this great country. Okay. Now it's time to introduce my first guest, a regular liberal loony, Jeff Tolcher.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Always a pleasure to be here, Wally.
Now, Jeff.
Thank you for that warm welcome. Thank you.
All right, now, Jeff, I see you have some of those stupid Bill Clinton buttons on yours. Oh,
Yeah,
give me a
I think
break.
actually, wait a minute. My personal favorite is this one here, the anti-Bush one.
Oh.
That's my personal favorite. And Wally, as the Democrats are going to say, I say we lick Bush in '92. Get him out of office. Get him out of office.
Jeff, watch what now,
I bet your audience would agree with me, too.
hold on. Let me make my opening statement here, and then you may respond, Mr. Tolcher. We're going to make this a very cultured, a very intellectual discussion. Now, the handwriting, Tolcher, is on the wall before the Republican convention. Bill Clinton led Bush by some 22 points, and now they are just about dead even in all the polls across the nation. Bush erased the lead in just 3 days, and I say it's going to go back. It's going to go back and forth. But I'll tell you, once they have those face-to-face debates, when President Bush looks your friend Slick Willie in those shady eyes of his, George Bush is going to demolish. Hold it. George Bush is going to demolish Bill Clinton the way he demolished Dukakis.
Well, first of all, Wally, to make light of your first point, you mentioned Clinton had a 22 percentage point lead over Bush before the conventions. Well, I just, wait a minute here. I just saw a poll that came out by CBS News and the New York Times that showed that Clinton had a 51 to 36% lead over Bush.
Contraire. I just happened to see.
I don't know what polls you're reading, but
I just heard this afternoon on the way to the studio, ABC News says they are only 2 points apart.
well, I'm really surprised at that, Wally, because the last 4 years of President Bush is running this country, as evidenced by the fact there are no jobs now, that should show most of America that this country will continue to go down the tubes with a Republican president. We gotta get a Democrat in there to try something, because the last 12 years, I mean, all the Republicans always mention how, the 8 years under Reagan were so great. Sure, they were. It's real easy to be good when you're spending all this money, but now, under the last 4 years... Wait a minute. Hold on, let me finish, and you can respond. The first 8 years of Reagan's administration, the country was great. Everybody was spending money, but the problem was there was no solution to how we're going to pay all this money back. That's why our nation's deficit continues to go to an all-time high.
Now, let me answer that. George Bush explained it very well. He says it isn't that my programs never worked. He says they were never tried. George Bush... Wait, let me finish now.
Lousy excuse.
George Bush... Wait a minute, it's not a lousy excuse.
Sure it is.
George... Wait a minute. This is a matter of fact, Mr. Tolcher. President Bush sent no less than 4 economic packages down to the democratically controlled Congress, which would have helped to eliminate this massive deficit. Well, they didn't even give it a chance to succeed or fail. They tabled all 4 of his economic proposals, so George Bush never had the chance.
Okay, let me respond to that. Now, one of the proposals that Bush had was in 1990. And if you remember, under Bush's platform in '88 when he ran for president, you know the old saying, read my lips, no new taxes? Well, what happened? Hey, shut up! I can't even talk with these guys. You know, everyone give me some respect here. I want to finish what I'm saying.
Hey, wait a minute.
You can't even spell that word, buddy, so don't even start chanting it.
Wait a minute. Hold it.
You got to tell them, let me finish what I'm saying here.
You don't deserve respect from my audience.
Well, anyway, as I was saying, Wally, when Bush ran...
Wait. First of all, let me instruct you that you will have respect from my audience.
Anyway.
All right, let him talk now.
Anyway, as I was saying, you know, when Bush ran in '88, he said no new taxes. In 1990, he had to compromise. In fact, he even admitted this at the Republican convention.
That's right.
He had to give in, and here's a president that's promising us no taxes, and then he caves in.
Right,
so how can we trust him?
Let me explain that. I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly. How can we trust him?
I'm happy to explain that. Wait a minute.
Here it is, another Bush excuse, just like the last one.
Hey, I let you talk. Now shut up. I am very happy. You see, I have answers for every one of his stupid questions.
Yeah,
here.
excuses is more the word.
Here is the answer. President Bush said in his acceptance speech to the Republican convention, he said, yes, he made one mistake. One mistake. He raised taxes one time when he said, read my lips, no new taxes, as he did it to compromise with the Democrats who wouldn't budge an inch unless he would do a little compromise. So he said he thought maybe he could make some headway if he compromised with the Democrats, and he did and got nothing for it. But he said, look, I made a mistake, and I raised taxes once. Bill Clinton, as governor of Arkansas, raised taxes there 128 times.
Well, what? All right, Wally, if that's the case, tell me, what is George Bush's economic plan for this country's recovery? Tell me that. What is his plan? How is he going to create jobs? How is he going to reduce the deficit? Tell me, explain to me what his programs are, Wally.
Okay, here we are. Here we go. I have it right here. Hold on. I got his program for you right here. All right. President Bush, hold it. Let's hear about President Bush's plan. He asked me to explain. I'll give it to him. He says he will seek across-the-board tax cuts. He says lower taxes will be offset by special spending reductions by those spendthrift Democrats in Congress. Now, you know what? What I can never understand, Jeff, and maybe you can explain it to me, President Bush has been calling for over 4 years now for a balanced budget amendment, which would be a constitutional amendment which would force the government to have a balanced budget, which would force them to curtail their spending and balance our budget. President Bush is for it. The Democrats and Bill Clinton and Al Gore do not favor a balanced budget amendment. Now, why?
Because it's got to be open to debate, Wally. I mean, if you're going to set certain guidelines, you know, the fact of Bush's, what was that one point you made about Bush wants to cut taxes across the board?
Across the board taxes.
Tell me something. How do you cut taxes out of someone's salary who has no job? How do you take taxes out of him? If he has no job, he's not working.
He's talking about...
How does that create jobs?
He's talking about across... Wait. He's talking about... Hold it, guys. Hey. Hold it down. Hey. Watch it in the audience, or I'm going to toss some people out in a minute. He's talking about across-the-board tax cuts for people who are working. That means for the middle class, for the poor, for everybody in America,
Except for the rich people, because the Republicans in the last 12 years seem to support big business more than any other operation.
He wants a line item veto, which means that he can go down and pick out certain things that we should not spend the money on, and that's what he should have. But
like social programs, which is, the Republicans love cutting social programs and building up
way
defense.
too much. Now, let's look at what Bill Clinton is proposing. Do you know that he has stated right out that once he gets in office, he is going to raise taxes and fees by $150 billion.
Let me respond to that now. Let me answer that.
And, wait, but that is no. And another $150 billion on social spending, which he thinks we need more of.
We do.
Which is a grand total. The minute that Bill Clinton walks into office, he's going to spend $350 billion more. And let me quote this, and then you can answer this at the beginning of the next segment. It's in the Los Angeles Daily News. They say this on the editorial pages. If Bill Clinton is elected, Americans will get the largest tax increase in American history. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and welcome back, everybody. I'm Wally George, and this is Hot Seat. We're in our big 11th year on television. Now we have Jeff Tolcher here, who's debating me on the candidates for president and vice president, Clinton Gore versus our great president and Dan Quayle. Now, I want you to respond to a couple things from a couple newspapers here. As I said before we went to our break, the Daily News here in Los Angeles said if Bill Clinton is elected, we will face the largest tax increase in American history. And then Ronald Lambro, in his nationally syndicated column, which appears in about 125 newspapers, stated this in his most recent column: Clinton's economic plans will flatten our economy. And finally, the Orange County Register, who called for President Bush to step down, so they are no pro-Bush newspaper, the Orange County Register says Clinton's economic plans will never work, and we will have to, every American will have to face massive tax hikes. Okay, now how do you answer all that? Answer these newspaper people here.
First of all, the Orange County Register is, first of all, this is a Republican. Orange County is completely Republican, so that's probably
the Orange County. Wait a minute. The Orange County Register. Wait. The Orange County Register. Wait a minute. The Orange County Register, you may know, is the newspaper that asked President Bush.
How do I know you're not making that stuff up? You never tell the truth anyway.
You may call the Orange County Register and they'll give you a copy. Call the Register.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion, Wally, but I do want to touch on the fact that we talked about
three newspapers that I just quoted, a nationally syndicated columnist.
I'm sure I could find 4 or 5 that agree with Clinton. You're going to find opinions.
You're not going to answer these at all, though. These are people
opinions. Those aren't facts.
These are people who know they're not idiots like you.
Come on. All they say in those articles is that it's not going to work. I think Paul Songus made a real good comment, Wally. I think Paul Songus made a real good point. You know,
Paul Songus is a wimp.
Wait a minute. Paul Songus made a good point. You know, George Bush's main argument is the fact that Congress won't, implement any of his plans. Well, Songus says, well, let's get Clinton in there. At least we can try to pass something to give something a shot. And as far as,
let me answer that.
The tax increase
do you know why Paul Songus is saying this? Do you know why he's licking Clinton's boots right now? Do you know why? Paul Songus, wait, this very same Paul Songus, who battered the living heck out of Bill Clinton on the campaign trail when he was running for the nomination, saying what a lousy president he'd make, all of a sudden he's kissing up to Bill Clinton because He wants, in case Clinton does get elected, he wants a cabinet appointment. That's why.
Well, I mean, you want to make a comparison. That was the same thing with Pat Buchanan. When Pat Buchanan was running against George Bush, he bashed him all over the country. And now Pat Buchanan is backing George Bush. So you can find instances where that's common.
Here's the big difference. Here's the big difference. Pat Buchanan is an honest, decent American.
Oh, and all Democrats are.
And all Democrats are idiots.
You're a fool. You know that? That's one of your generalizations that makes no sense.
Now let me have you respond to this, and I want you to hear this, and I want you to respond because it's very important in this election. Bill Clinton, better known to my people as
Mr.
Slick Willie. Bill Clinton has given us a legacy of lies. Now let me just go right down the list of his lies to the American people. It's amazing to me how Bill Clinton criticizes George Bush for lying, he says, to the American people by saying, read my lips, no new taxes, and he raised taxes. That was one time George Bush went back on his word. Let me tick off the lies that Bill Clinton has done over the years. Just the most recent one, Mr. Tolcher, when Bill Clinton ran for re-election just a short time ago as governor of Arkansas on the campaign trail, and they showed this on television the other night on C-SPAN, on the campaign trail running for governor just a couple of years ago, he said, I want to tell you this. He said, if you re-elect me as your governor, I promise you I will not run for president. Now, he made that promise. He made that promise to the Arkansas people that if the Arkansanians, if they voted for him, he would fill out his term and not run. He laughed in their faces. He won re-election, and he's running for president anyway.
Come on, Wally. You know the aspiration of a lot of senators and congressmen and governors is to be president.
Why did he promise?
Well, Wally, everybody wants to be president, Wally. Are you going to start nitpicking all the little things that he did?
How about this?
It's like a fingernail on your hand.
No, these are all very important because they point out to the character of the man who's running for president. Isn't that right? Please. Now, how about this? Bill Clinton lied about his draft dodging. He stated during the primaries. Hey, guys, in the audience, I mean it now, hold it down, the audience. He stated in the primaries that he never, ever tried to avoid the draft, never tried to get out of the Vietnam War, never. Then, a reporter for ABC television unearthed a letter that Bill Clinton sent to an Army colonel. Signed it, how stupid can you get? Signed a letter to this colonel thanking him for getting him out of the draft. How you like that?
Well, I can respond to that. I can respond to that. You want to talk about, Clinton avoiding the draft? I know for a fact none of George Bush's sons were in the draft. Dan Quayle
We're talking about the sons. We're talking about sons.
Well, if you're
talking about the presidential candidates.
Hey, it's in his family. How do we know his whole family isn't a wimp? Come on, Wally.
Jeff, wait a minute. You're avoiding this.
No, I'm not.
Wait.
I'm saying it.
I don't care.
I don't care what you say.
No. Wait, I'm going to answer you now.
No, I don't care. Check this out. Any of Bush's sons didn't serve.
Wait a minute.
And neither did Quayle.
You're avoiding my question.
This is nitpick stuff, Wally.
It's not.
It's minute. It's very minute, like your brain.
Hey, listen.
Minute like your brain.
You see, you know why he's getting nervous?
I'm not getting nervous. I'm answering your question.
Because wait, he's getting nervous now because he knows everything I'm saying is right on target.
Well, if you want to be the nation's answer to the National Enquirer, if you want to make this show like the National Enquirer, that's your prerogative.
This isn't all the press. Now, here's what I want to say to you, and then you can respond to this. I don't care. Wait, hold it, guys. I don't care if Bill Clinton tried to avoid the draft. A lot of people did. But here's what I object to. He didn't have the guts to say to the people in the beginning, I didn't approve of the Vietnam War, and I didn't want to serve, and I did not serve. He didn't say that. He said, I never tried to avoid the draft, and then the only only way he agreed that he did try to avoid the draft is when ABC television presented him with a carbon copy, a Xerox of a letter he signed thanking an Army colonel for getting him out of the draft.
I don't blame him, Wally, because like you said, during that time, there weren't very many people.
Why didn't he tell the truth?
Are you going to let me answer this?
Go ahead.
I said during that time, there were a lot of people who didn't want to serve in that war because this country didn't back the Vietnam War. I don't blame him.
Why didn't he say that?
Very good question,
Why didn't he say that?
Good question.
Because, you know why? I'll tell you why he didn't say it. Because he's a filthy liar. That's why.
These are all the things that you Republicans like to nitpick about. And I'll tell you this much, and you across the nation can read my lips. George Bush is history. Read my lips. George Bush is history. The American people are fed up. Wait a minute. The American people are fed up with the Republicans running this country. If you watch any local news, would you shut these morons up for a second? Golly. Now, wait a minute. Hold on. Now, anybody across the country, if you watch any local news, you'll see people on the streets commenting about the upcoming election, saying that George Bush really hasn't done much. And then all George Bush comes out and uses excuses. Oh, Congress wouldn't let me do this. Oh, I only lied once. How do we know that if he gets reelected, he's not going to go into war and lie again? How do we know that, Wally?
Okay. Let me answer. Hold.
The point is the one that's on top of your head, buddy. That's my point.
Let me answer that. Here's why I say George Bush is going to be strong. Hold it in the audience. Here's my view of why George Bush is going to be strongly reelected in November. Why? Because he's running on exactly the same platform that Ronald Reagan did for 2 elections, and Ronald Reagan won in a landslide in both elections. Then George Bush ran on this very same platform against Michael Dukakis. He beat Dukakis in a landslide. Now he's running on the same issues of family values, God, prayer in our public schools, anti-abortion, patriotism, and decency, and the people are going to vote for him because, George, why do you think Republicans keep on winning every presidency? Because they
buy everything.
Because they know that the Republicans are in tune with mainstream America.
Oh, come on, you're crazy.
Another reason.
DOC. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and welcome back, everybody. Thank you. Welcome back to Hot Seat, and we'll get back to Jeff Tolcher, our debate on the election, Clinton versus Bush, or I should say President Bush versus Slick Willie. But let me remind you, you people at home, if you're in the Southern California area, or you're going to be visiting out here from wherever you are around the country or around the world, here is the number on your screen that you can call right now at this very moment and reserve your free Hot Seat tickets. We tape record this show every Wednesday evening here in Anaheim, about a block from Disneyland, our home base, KDOC TV 56. So call right now. The operators are standing by. Give your name, your telephone number with the area code, and how many tickets you want. The tickets, of course, are free, and we'll invite you to come down here for taping of our show. Call right now, area code 714-772-7600. If you want to write to me, here's our address coming up on the screen. Wally George, P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California 90078. P.O. Box 787, Hollywood 90078. If you want a free autograph, if you want a free autograph picture personally autographed to you, I'll mail one out to you absolutely free. Love to get your mail. Tell me what channel you're watching us on in your particular area. Love to get your mail. We read every single letter. We answer them as soon as possible. Okay? Now, one thing that I'm very proud of and I want to pass along to you, we just heard from Channel America, our network, and they told us that Hot Seat is the top-rated show on their network. And we're very proud of that. Okay. And we're moving up and gaining more and more stations on the Channel America network, so we're very proud to be a part of that. Now, we're going to go back to my guest, Jeff Tolcher, and I want you to ask, to answer this, and then we'll go to the audience. You know, we tried this before, Jeff. We elected a weak, mamby-pamby Southern peanut from a small state in the South, and we don't want to do that again. If we elect Bill Clinton, we are going to have Carter II, and we don't want that. Let's recall the days of our last Democratic president, Jimmy Carter. There was malaise in this country. Inflation was soaring beyond belief. Interest rates were at an all-time high. You can remember the long, terrible gas lines under Jimmy Carter, and we were losing our battle with the Ayatollah Khomeini. And, of course, the people rejected Jimmy Carter when he ran for re-election. And for that very same reason, they're going to reject Slick Willie.
This is going to be different, Wally. Bill Clinton's probably going to have a better foreign policy than Jimmy Carter did, and I believe that his tax plan that he's coming out with, which, by the way, is still lower than the tax plan that Ronald Reagan had in '82, the overall total
Let me tell you this.
dollars go.
Let me tell you this, Jeff. The only time...
That shows your intelligence, buddy.
Hold on.
Just belch a little louder so the nation can hear you.
Hold it, guys. Hey. The only time Bill Clinton ever got involved in any kind of international affairs is one time when he had breakfast at the International House of Pancakes.
Well, like I said, I think most of America really is fed up with George Bush, as the recent polls will indicate, and I think Bill Clinton's going to be president. In fact, I'll be more than willing to come back here and have a victory party after Clinton becomes president.
Hey, you want to lay a little money on the line?
Yeah, I'll be willing to bet you any amount you want. Any amount you want, Wally.
I will bet you right now.
Why don't you go home to your, the suburbs out there, in your vault, and pull out $1 million?
I'll bet you right now $5,000. Are you on?
Right, I'll tell you what. If I win, wait a minute. If I win, wait a minute. If I win, Wally has to take off his wig on national TV. You want to bet?
Where's your money? Huh? Where's your money? Are you in or are you out?
$5,000.
$5,000. Okay.
And the wig comes off.
Let's go to the audience.
$5,000 and the wig comes off.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Nita. I would like to know if there's any truth to the rumors that Clinton's brain is fried because of smoking too much marijuana every day.
Well,
and is it true that he plans to legalize marijuana so he can support his habit?
That is an untrue statement because Bill Clinton has already touched on this. He said when he was young, he tried it, but only inhaled it. He didn't swallow it. And besides, most of these guys smoke marijuana anyway.
Wait a minute.
So you want to support Clinton.
Wait.
Bill Clinton never inhaled it, Wally.
Right.
He inhaled it and spit it out.
No, wait a minute. Let's get into this. Hold it. Hey, here's another of the Bill Clinton lies. He said for many years that he never, ever experimented with drugs. Finally, someone nailed him about his days in England. And then when he felt that he might be caught, he said, well, when I was in England, I did try marijuana a few times, but I didn't inhale. Oh, thank you very much. Next. Yes. Good. Quiet.
Yeah, you could have fooled me.
Okay, quiet. Hey, hold it down. Yes, go ahead.
All right, Pee-wee. I mean, Jeff. All right.
Hey, listen, if you're not going to make a sensible comment, get off the stage. Go ahead and answer the question.
Go ahead.
I'd just like to know how you can vote for Clinton when he's from just a stupid little state in the
failed
South.
state.
Arkansas is a state.
Yeah, I know.
He's a failed governor.
What does the state have to do with the candidate, what his idea
because he has no experience. No experience.
What? He's been governor of the state.
Not
He's been in politics for a long time.
What he's trying to say is he's not qualified to be president. And you, my friend...
Well, neither was Quayle. Quayle wasn't qualified to be vice president.
You are not qualified... Hold it. You're not qualified to be on this program, and you're out of here.
This is the story of two houses. 4 years ago, the Jones house was painted and patched. In the same year, the Sterling House had beautiful...
You're wondering, I have been kind of fighting a cold all week, but I got through the show because I have to save America. Now we get to a lighter portion of this program. Last week, you may have seen a bimbo named Dia on my show, who's a model, and she appeared on the show for something I can't even remember why she appeared, but just to stand up for bimbos. And anyway, she called me frantically a few days ago to tell me that somebody important had seen her on my show and was going to give her big break in show business. So here, she's going to come on now to tell us about her big break in show business. Let's bring on Dia. Here she comes. Settle down, guys. Settle down. Settle down in the audience, or we're going to have to clear the house. Settle down. Okay. Now, Dia, now you were on the show last week.
And you already forgot.
What were you on for?
I was discussing my calendar and
your calendar, right. Okay. Now, you told me somebody called you and gave you a big break. Tell me about it. What's your big break?
Okay, what it is I am a spokesperson.
For who?
For a place called Paradise Specialties.
In where?
It's in Huntington Beach.
Paradise Specialties, Huntington Beach. Well, what kind of a place is that?
Well, it's an adult store.
Adult store? Wait a minute, an adult store? Wait, what kind of things do they have in this adult store?
First of all, the owner is here in the audience, and he's the one who discovered me on your show.
Do you want to introduce him?
His name is Alec Kirstein.
Stand up, Alec.
He's right there.
There he is. Okay. So now, all right, now, you are going to be the spokesperson for this Paradise Special. I understand that you brought down some
fun stuff.
Samples from Paradise. Okay, now let's... What do you... Hey, we got to keep it down, or we're not going to be able to see this, and we're going to have to do it with no audience in the studio. I'll just do it with just her and myself.
Ooh.
So calm down.
I like that.
Now, let me see some of your samples.
Okay, what they have is they have adult toys and novelties.
Yes.
They have spicy videos. Adult videos? Yes. They have the type of stuff that spices up marriages.
Well, what have you got to show me some of your perverted stuff there?
This is the Love You.
The what?
It's called the Love You.
Let me see that. The Love You. Get out of here. What else you got there?
Okay, we have whipped cream for lovers.
Whipped cream. Where in the...
It's flavored also.
I can't imagine where in the world you'd ever use this. What else have you got?
We have edible undies for men.
Wait a minute. Edible undies.
You gonna try this?
What else you got? Wait, Dia. Wait. Hey, Dia, don't tell me you're into this kind of thing. What else you got? What else you got? Sit down. This is ridiculous. What else you got?
Okay.
Anything else?
We have these.
See what else you got here?
We have these.
What are those?
These are.
What are those?
They're the safe-sex fashion accessory. They're earrings. They're condom earrings.
Oh, isn't this great? Condom earrings.
And glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark. What? Anything else?
And we have, oh, my favorite, handcuffs.
Wait. I think I've seen enough now. I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
Well,
hold. What?
Because I wanted to thank you, so I brought you a gift.
You brought me a gift?
Because if it
Quiet. Yes, go ahead.
if it wasn't for you letting me be on the show last week, Alec wouldn't have saw me, and I wouldn't have this
where's my
wonderful
gift?
job. So I'm gonna go get it for you. Okay?
Okay, get my gift. Get my gift. Okay, that's it. Here it comes. Turn your fantasy into an exciting new challenging career. Protests. Paradise Specialties in Huntington Beach featuring adult games, novelties, toys, lingerie, videos, and all that stuff. Hey, Barris, thank you. We're back, Wally George here with you, and I hope Dia has a wonderful life over at Paradise Specialties in Huntington Beach, you know. With her handcuffs and everything, please. Okay. Hey, don't forget, you people here in the Southern California area, our Monday through Friday show moves up an hour starting Monday, September 21st. Will be on Monday through Friday at 4:30, moving up from 3:30 to 4:30, starting September 21st in Southern California only. And then, of course, we stay at the same time that you're watching us now, Monday through Friday, on the Channel America Network, every Saturday night, 11 until 12 midnight, and at various times around the country, and internationally on satellite via Channel America Network. Okay. And that's all the time we're going to have for our show this time. Join us again. We're on 6 times a week all over the country. Tell your friends what time we're on in your particular area and tell them to join us as we save America. Till then, Wally George here. God bless you all. God bless America. Goodbye, everybody.
Tune in every weekday at 3:30 for more Wally. And stay tuned till 1 for WCW Pro Wrestling on 56 KDOC.